Hey friend, it's Gregor here. Today I want to show you 11 ways to play the C half-diminished 7th chord on guitar. But before I show you the 11 chord shapes, let me tell you this. You can not only use these chord shapes to play one particular chord, but you can use these chord shapes as an exercise in order to work on your fretboard knowledge and to enhance your general ability to play chords. So, this is what you're gonna learn here. Before we start with the chord shapes, it's always good to know the note names of the chord that you're currently practicing. In the case of the C half-diminished 7th chord, it's your root note, which is C, your minor third, which is E flat, your diminished 5th, which is G flat, and your minor 7th, which is B flat. Alright, let's start with the first chord shape. And the first chord shape you can find on the second position of your guitar fretboard. So it's this one here. Here you are using your index finger to fret the G flat on the second fret on your low E string. Then you need your middle finger to fret the C on the third fret on your A string. And now you need your ring finger to fret the B on the third fret on your G string. That's your minor 7th. And then you need your E flat, which is your minor third. And last, you need your G flat, which is played with the index finger again. Notice here that I'm not playing an entire bar with my index finger. I'm only fretting the second fret on the low E string and the second fret on the high E string. The other strings, namely the A, the D, the G and the B string, are muted, so you are only fretting two notes here. Good, let's take a look at the second chord shape, which is this one here. So here you are using your index finger on the third fret on your A string. Then you need your flat 5, which is the G flat, fourth fret on your D string. Then you need your B flat, which is on the third fret on your G string. And last you need your minor third, which is the E flat, and you can find it on the fourth fret on your B string. So here you need to make sure that the low E string and the high E string are muted. You can mute the low E string with the edge of your index finger like this. And the high E string you can mute with this area of your finger or your hands. So by doing this you can strum across all 6 strings without worrying about any wrong notes. Alright, let's move on. The third chord shape is this one here. So index finger, 4th fret on your D string, that's your diminished 5. Root note, so middle finger, 5th fret on the G string. The next note is your flat 5. Again, it's on the 7th fret on your B string. And the last note is your B, which is on the 6th fret on your high E string. So make sure to mute or to avoid the low E string or the A string. Alright, let's move on. The next chord shape is this one here. So, it's your E flat, 6th fret on your A string, played with your middle finger. The next note is your root note, it's your C, 5th fret on your G string, played with your index finger. The next note is your G flat with your pinky finger on the 7th fret on your B string. And last, you need your ring finger on the 6th fret on your high E string in order to play the B flat. So, and that's it. Let's move on. The next chord shape, it's this one here. So middle finger on the 8th fret on your low E string. That's your root note, it's your C. Then the next one is your B, which you can find on the 8th fret on your D string, played with your ring finger. The next note is your E flat, which is your minor third, played with your pinky finger on the 8th fret on your G string. And last, you need your G flat, played with your index finger on the 7th fret on your B string. Good, let's move on. The next chord shape is a little different because you are using your thumb to play the root note on the low E string. So, try to fret the 8th fret with your thumb on the low E string, like this. Then you need your pinky finger to fret the G flat on the 9th fret on your A string. Then you need your middle finger to fret the B flat on your D string, it's on the 8th fret. Then use your ring finger and fret the 8th fret on the G string, that's your E flat. And last, you need your index finger to fret the G flat on the B string on the 7th fret. So, these are the notes. And obviously the high E string is muted. Good, let's move on. The next chord shape is this one here. So, here you need your pinky finger on the 10th fret on your D string, which is your root note. Then you need to stretch a little bit between the pinky finger and the ring finger. So your ring finger needs to be on the 8th fret on your G string, which is your minor third, it's your E flat. So stretch between those fingers. And the next note is your G flat on the 7th fret on your B string. And the last note is the B on the 6th fret on your high E string. So, good, let's move on. So the next chord is relatively easy. You just need to fret the 10th fret on your D string, which is your C, the root note. And then you need to play a little bar across the G string, the B string and the high E string on the 11th fret. So, this is your C root note, G flat, which is the diminished 5, then your B, which is your minor 7th, and your minor 3rd, which is your E flat. Good. The next chord shape is this one here. Here you need to play the minor 3rd on the low E string, played with your middle finger on the 11th fret. The next note is your C, 10th fret on your D string. The next note is your G flat, which is played with your ring finger on the 11th fret on your G string. And the last note is the B flat, which is played with your pinky finger on the 11th fret. So, good, let's move on. The next chord shape is this one here. So, here you got your root note on the A string on the 15th fret, it's your C. Then you need to stretch again between the pinky finger and the ring finger. Your ring finger needs to be on the 13th fret on your D string, that's your minor 3rd, E flat. And the next note is the G flat, played with your index finger on the 11th fret on your G string. And the last note is also on the 11th fret, but this time on your B string. Notice here that this is a little bar, so you are playing the G string and the B string with your index finger. Good. And the last chord shape is this one here. Here you need to play the 14th fret on your low E string, which is your G flat. The next note is your C. It's your root note, played on the 15th fret on your A string. Use your ring finger for this. The next note is the E flat, played with your index finger on the 13th fret on your D string. And the last note is your B flat. Use your pinky finger on the 15th fret on your G string. So, alright, we're done. I hope that you liked this lesson. If so, then please hit the like button. If you got any questions, then post them in the comments down below. And until then, stay tuned and have fun.